Warm greetings from the high 10. It is Everyday Shenanigans on this Monday, July 5th, 2021. Thank you all so much. Happy 4th of July to all of you. Hope you're safe. Hope everyone is okay and staying cool. I'm going to try to be brief in this live because I will be attending Desheena Kyle's um, prayer vigil today. Desheena Kyle has been missing from Knoxville, Tennessee. She's an African American female, 26 years of age. Her prayer Vigil will be at Victor Ash Park in Knoxville, Tennessee at 6 p.m. So anyone in the local area of Knoxville, Tennessee, outside of Knoxville, Anderson County, Blount, um, nearby counties, please come to Victor Ash Park and show your love and support for Desheena Kyle and her family and friends. Everyone is welcome to attend. Thank you all so much for joining me. That is to set information pertaining to Desheena Kyle, 26, who is still currently missing. If you need verification for any information, you can go to the local news outlets to get the set information pertaining to her disappearance. The police believe that she is in danger, and they're hoping that someone will bring vital information, pertinent information to the whereabouts of Miss Desheena Kyle. Thank you so much. I have a lot of updates, and I'm going to try to be brief so I can make it to the prayer vigil today. Thank you all so much for joining me. The next update is pertaining to the Champlain Tower South in Florida. As most of you know, Storm Elsa is on her way, and there is expected to be a lot of rain, perhaps about 6 feet of rain, if I'm not mistaken. So you still have the chance, if you live in Florida, to get out and shop. Those on the western side of the coast, to do some errand running right now and take care of, said inventory of things you may need. But please bring in your lawn furniture, those type of things. Get those things out of the way so they don't get blown about. But take shelter if need be, if you're in the pathway of this said storm in Florida. I'm going to bring you the said information. Thank you all for joining me. 6 News NBC is the source. 3 more victims found as search resumes after rest of Surfside condo demolished. The bodies of 3 more victims were recovered from the rubble of the collapsed condo building of Surfside Monday, bringing the death toll to 27. The discovery was made as rescue workers resumed their search for victims after demolition crews brought down the remaining portion of the building Sunday night. Another 118 people remain unaccounted for. June 24th collapse of Champlain Tower South. Rescuers searched through fresh rubble Monday, which is today, after the last of the collapsed Florida condo building was demolished, which allowed crews into previously inaccessible places, including bedrooms where people were believed to be sleeping at the time of the disaster, officials said. 3 more victims were discovered in the new pile. Miami-Dade Assistant Fire Chief Ray Jadala told family members, raising the death toll to 27 people. Another 118 remain unaccounted for. Police identified 2 of the new victims, 66-year-old Ingrid Ainsworth and 68-year-old Tisvi Ainsworth. The demolition late Sunday was crucial to the search and rescue effort, officials said, and raised the prospect that crews could increase both the pace of their work and the number of searchers at the site, although the chance of finding survivors 12 days after the June 24th collapse has diminished. Teams had been unable to assess areas closest to the remaining structure because of its instability, Miami-Dade Mayor Cava said. Truly, we could not continue without bringing this building down, she said at a news conference. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis said the newly accessible area includes master bedrooms where people were believed to be sleeping when the building collapsed. We will be able to assess every part of that pile, which they hadn't been able to do up to this point, DeSantis said. I think it's going to move the pace. I think the momentum is very strong. Crews could be seen climbing a mound of debris at the site Monday alongside a piece of the heavy equipment that was picking up rubble. These are the said people's names and photographs of the decedents. If you need verification, 6 News is the source. If you'd like to see the pictures of the victims, Michael David Altman, Claudio Bonifoy, Maria Bonifoy, Stella Calarasi, Graciela Calarasi, Magali Elena Delgado, Christina Beatrice Elvira, Bonnie Epstein, David Epstein, Stacy Dawn Fang, Andreas Jenna Sopoulos, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, excuse me. Okay. Marcus Joseph Guara, Anna Guara, Lucia Guara, Emma Guara, Frank Kleiman, Anna Ortiz Kleiman, Luis Bermudez, Manuel Lafont, Gladys Lozano, Antonio Lozano, Leon Olawakawas, Hilda Noriega, Gonzalo Torre, no photograph, Ingrid Ainsworth, and Tv Ainsworth. Workers immediately began clearing some of the new debris after the demolition so the rescuers could start making their way into parts of the underground garage that is of particular interest. Officials said the search effort resumed around midnight. It had been called off Saturday to allow specialists to drill holes for explosives needed for the demolition. As a result of the contractor who brought it down, he did it in such a way that literally we actually were back on the original pile in less than 20 minutes. Jadala told family members of those missing, drawing applause in a rare upbeat moment of the twice daily meetings. Rescuers hope to get a clearer picture of voids that may exist in the rubble as they search for those believed to be trapped under the fallen wing of the Champlain Tower South. No one has been rescued alive since the first hours after the collapse. During the demolition, a loud rat-a-tat of explosions echoed from the structure. Then the building began to fall, one floor after another, cascading in an explosion of dust. Plumes billowed into the air as crowds watched the scene from afar. Levine Collins said that the demolition went exactly as planned. It was picture perfect, exactly what we were told would happen, she said in the interview. Some residents had pleaded to return to their homes one last time before the demolition to retrieve belongings, but they were denied. Others wondered about the pets left behind. Officials said they found no signs of animals after making three final sweeps, including the use of drones to peer into the abandoned structure. Levine Cabo said teams are working to save personal items and have asked residents to catalog what they're missing to match which items as soon as they are recovered. The world is mourning for those who lost their loved ones and those who are waiting for news from the collapse, she said at the news conference. To lose your home and all your belongings in this manner is a great loss as well. The decision to demolish the remnants of the building came after concerns mounted that the damaged structure was at risk of falling, endangering the crews below. Parts of the remaining buildings shifted on Thursday, prompting a 15-hour suspension in the work. Hello, everybody. Thanks for joining me. Approaching tropical storm Elsa, urgency to the demolition plans forecast suggested the system could bring strong winds. President Joe Biden declared a state of emergency in Florida because of the storm, making federal aid possible. The latest forecast showed the storm moving westward, mostly sparing South Florida, but the area could still experience heavy rains and winds. Jadala said that the weather was not expected to affect the search efforts. Now that we don't have an issue with the building, the only time that we're stopping is lightning, he said. This is NBC 6. So, Champlain Tower South was demolished last night. They resumed search afterwards, which is outstanding work. Prayers for our first responders who were on the job day one, those who aiding other cities and locales who have come in to help. Thank you. God bless all of you. Prayers to the families and the community and those who have lost their homes, those who perished in this horrific event. Let me say that this is a daunting task. It is daunting one to go into the abyss trying to retrieve people alive or dead. Then now, a week or so later, going in to retrieve personal effects, which is going to be even more work, picking up anything you think of value and putting it to the side so someone can say that belongs to me. This is a horrific and daunting task. Horrific for those who lost their lives, horrific for the family left behind, the people in awe of the building collapsing, the community, and the workers. Because you see, it takes a strong mind and body to go out there in that condition, weather, heat, and sift through things bending over all day long for hour, rotating shifts, of course, naturally. It's daunting work. So the people who are out there, men and or women, need to be applauded for their efforts because that's a lot of work. And it's a job that most people would not do. Even if they were trying to do it, still not the same once you're actually doing it. So applaud the first responders. Amen. Thank you. That's the information pertaining to the storm coming into Florida. and the fall of the tower, and they have resumed work. So let's pray for those said people doing that. So I've brought you information pertaining to Desheena, Kyle, 26, missing out of Knoxville, Tennessee. There'll be a prayer vigil for her today at Victor Ash Park at 6 p.m. Please come out if you're in the general area of Knoxville, Tennessee. A storm is on its way. Storm Elsa hitting Florida. Champlain Tower South is now down. First responders are back on the job working. My next set of information is a very horrific event that took place in the state of Georgia. A very horrific tale. I don't know what the hell is going on with people today, but as you see, the world is out of control. And this story is baffling as hell. Excuse my language, but this is horrible. Right into the holiday. Daily Mail is the source. Gunman who shot and killed pro golfer 41 at Georgia Country Club after he drove onto a green and had two other bodies stashed in his truck and is still being hunted by cops. The gunman who shot and killed a pro golfer at the Georgia Country Club on Saturday reportedly had two other bodies stashed in the back of his pickup truck and remains on the loose. Authorities say they found additional bodies shortly after arriving on the scene of the deadly shooting of golfer Eugene Siller, 41, at the Pine Tree Country Club, where he reportedly tried to stop the pickup truck from driving onto the green, and the driver shot him in the head. The shooter fled the scene, but police said they found two men dead from gunshot wounds in the back of the truck. One of the bodies was identified as Paul Pearson, the registered owner of the truck. Cobb County Police spokeswoman Shanice Barner told the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, while the other remained unidentified. So a creature is driving someone else's truck onto the green with two dead bodies in the back of the truck. One of the dead bodies is the owner of the truck, and another dead body is unidentified. And obviously, this pro golfer tried to stop this thing, and the thing shot him, the golfer, in the head. God help us. This is ridiculous. The Georgia State Golf Association initially identified Siller, a pro golfer, golfing instructor, and director of Pine Tree, as one of the victims on Saturday evening. All of us at GSGA are deeply saddened by the tragic events that occurred earlier today at Pine Tree CC. Our thoughts and prayers are with Gene Siller's family and friends, the Georgia State Golf Association tweeted. The Georgia PGA also issued a statement offering its condolences on Twitter. Tragedy has stricken the Georgia Section PGA in the loss of our member, Gene Siller. Thoughts and prayers for his family and the Pine Tree Country Club family. Sorry about this. Daily Mail is the source for this. If you like to go into this article, you will see a picture of the late pro golfer, Siller, Gene Siller. And in this photograph, he is in a pic with his wife, his two little small boys, very handsome children, a blonde-haired baby doll, and a dark-haired baby doll. This is sickly to me. Also in this picture, you will see a photograph of the pickup truck, which is halted on a hill on the green. I don't even know what the hell I'm reading right now. This is just insane to me. Absolutely insane. Siller leaves behind a wife and two young children. A GoFundMe has been set up to help his family. Details surrounding the shooting remain scant, other than it happened around 2:30 Saturday at 2:30 p.m., at the Pine Tree Country Club in Kennesaw, about 27 miles outside Atlanta. Footage from WAGA TV showed a white pickup truck on a hill in the middle of the club's golf course. A witness told Fox 5 Atlanta that someone later identified by the golf organizations as Siller tried to stop the pickup truck from going onto the golf course when he was shot. Now, why this guy was trying to go on this golf green, I don't know. It's a very, very odd story. Neighbor John Lavender told WAGA TV that he heard 5-6 booms go off and wasn't sure whether it was gunshots or fireworks. You just don't think it's gunshots in this area, he said. Officials described the suspect as a 6'1" Hispanic male with long hair, dark-colored work pants, and a white or tan shirt. The suspect was last seen in the area of Pine Tree Country Club and was headed toward Free Lake Road. The country club is near the campus of Kennesaw State University. After the shooting, the school tweeted that there were no credible threats to campus. So the KSU Emergency Management did send out an alert that a Hispanic male was armed and dangerous, 6'1", 170 pounds, was last seen wearing white t-shirt. Suspect was last seen in the area on Pine Tree Country Club, headed towards Free Lake Road. If you have any information pertaining to this awful crime, please call the local authorities there in Georgia. As I state, pro golfer, make sure I get the name correct, excuse me. I had to go back up the article. Gene Siller is now deceased. He was gunned down on a golf course in Georgia by an unidentified male, allegedly a Hispanic male, at the Pine Tree Country Club. Inside of the cab of that white truck were two dead bodies, one belonging to the owner of the truck and an unidentified male. And Mr. Siller leaves behind a wife and two small children. And a GoFundMe has been set up for any of you out here listening to the story would like to donate money to help out with this family's expenses. God have mercy. This is ridiculous that this man is out minding his business. I believe he was operating this golf course. Mr. Gene Siller, 41, Caucasian male. I don't know what to say. Paul Pearson is one of the victims. He is the registered owner of the pickup truck. He is one of the dead people who was found in the truck alongside another identified man. Mr. Siller, who is no longer living, was a pro golfer, golfing instructor, and director of Pine Tree Golf Facilities, Pine Tree CC. Daily Mail is the source. I don't know what the hell's going on. I don't know what's wrong with everybody. Everybody's mad, angry, frustrated, suicidal, homicidal, depressed, schizophrenic, bipolar. Damn it, go get some help. Everybody has bad days. Yesterday wasn't my best day, but I didn't shoot nobody, didn't hurt nobody, didn't stab nobody. I'm up, I'm alive, God willing, I'm here. Thank you, Jesus. I'm alive. Glad to be here. Let these damn demons, miserable ass people go on about their way. What I tell some of you need to do, just go find yourself somewhere and jump your ass in the ocean. You so miserable, you disgusted. Just go knock yourself off. Go jump in the water. I don't care. But stop hurting other people. Stop harming other people. Stop hurting children, other grown-ups, because you don't have a life, mad at the world, vengeful, upset, angry, whatever the hell your problem is. Damn it, get over it. We all have bad days. We all feel hopeless sometimes, miserable sometimes, angry. All the emotions that humans have: vengeful, spiteful, jealous, cynical. Some of us just outright trifling as hell. Damn it, give it a rest. Now, a woman is left to grieve with two small kids and got to now bury her husband. And we got to think about the other two men who were in the damn truck, whoever the hell they were. Well, one of them was, his name was given, Mr. Pearson, and another unidentified person. This man just killing folks, throwing them in the back of the truck and running across the damn golf course. What the hell is wrong with this guy? Man, I tell you, I just, Lord have mercy. I don't know what the hell's wrong, people. Happy 4th of July. Man, this is crazy. That is the sad information. If you need verification and you want to get a picture of Mr. Siller and his family, the Daily Mail. Oh, Lord, it's the source. This is sickening to me. My last update will be pertaining to Summer Wells. I will try to be brief because I don't want to get winded into this subject, but I wanted to bring it all and get it over with, and I didn't want to do different lives today because I'm busy. I have to go to the prayer vigil for Desheena Kyle today, so this is why my time is running very short to do lives. But I will come on with a live tonight, but it will not be pertaining to any of the stories I've covered. It will be a new story that I just discovered. It is a jacked up story. It is a subject matter I've discussed on my channel before, and I will just let it be a surprise when you see me go live tonight. But it is a messed up story, and it is a story that I've discussed about deception and people pretending to be something that they're not, and now somebody is dead because they lied to somebody about who they really were. And this is a lesson learned for people out here lying to people. You see, you don't know the mindset of other people, and you can get yourself hurt by lying to people. And that will be my live tonight when I get back from the prayer vigil. Thank you all so much for joining me. This is Everyday Shenanigans. 2 years ago this month, I uploaded content to YouTube and became a YouTuber. Not formally partnered, but a content person, however you want to word it. I brought my opinion to the YT. And I want to thank YouTube for partnering with me as a content creator. I want to thank the fans, the supporters. Some of you on, some of you off. That's okay. That's life. But I want to thank those who have followed me from the beginning. Thank you. And never folded. Thank you. God bless all of you. Thank you for the donations, the super chats. Thank you all so much. If you want to donate to the channel, $ Big Angie 129 Cash App, and all donations are accepted through Cash App and the super chats. Thank you so much. Countdown to Louisiana. Woo! I'm on my way. I got to get the hell out of here. And God, let me have a safe trip there to and fro. Because I'm also going into the belly of the beast by going to New Orleans. But I pray for my safe journey because I know God got this. He is the creator and he is the way maker. And he got this. Prayers to Desheena Kyle's family who is currently missing. Prayers to Mr. Siller's family and those two men who were murdered in that truck. Found in that truck. Prayers for the Carr family. Chad Carr, who's still missing. I'm going to always mention you, sweetheart, wherever you are. God bless you. And now on to Summer Wells. Lord, I'm going to need all the strength I can for this one. Okay, this is sad information pertaining to Summer Wells. Thank you all for joining me. God bless all of you. Prayers for Florida as well, because that was my first story. Prayers for the people in Florida. Elsa is on her way to touchdown. Prayers for the people perished in the Champlain Towers and their families and the community. Prayers for our first responders, because without them, there would have been no hope. This is the latest update pertaining to Summer Wells. And then I will go into my commentary pertaining to the TikTok video, Facebook post, the rumors, the rhetoric, law enforcement. What the hell is going on out there in Rogersville, Tennessee? Where is Summer Wells? Amen. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Not Out, for moderating. Amen. Prayers for Crystal Moore, who has a death in the family. My mod, she had to travel. So prayers for her. She's safe where she is. And prayers to her family, to her father. My condolences. Amen. Thank you.
Hey guys, check this out. I just got 16 of these American-made solar panels to install up on my roof through this new program.
Okay. Sorry about that. I didn't mean for that to play. This was uploaded the 2nd of July. Channel 8, WVLT is the source. Search for Summer Wells remains active and intense, Hawkins County officials say. Officials say there have been a tremendous amount of hours spent searching the area and investigating her disappearance. The search for missing 5-year-old Summer Wells has entered its 20th day. The child was reported missing on June 15th from her home in Hawkins County. Officials said there have been a tremendous amount of hours spent searching the area and investigating her disappearance. The TBI has received more than 750 tips, but none have resulted in a lead in the case. This case is still very active and intense, everything possible being checked out by Hawkins County detectives, agents, TBI. Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson said, "Our goal is to find Summer," quote, unquote. On Sunday, the TBI announced the search efforts would be scaled back due to the difficult terrain, exhausting crews. Officials said search efforts will continue on a more specialized team basis as needed. And that will be if information has been given that they feel is pertinent to her disappearance, whereabouts, and so forth. Just because we may not be seen as much on a large presence in and throughout the area, rest assured that we have not quit and won't quit until we find Summer Wells, officials said. TBI asks anyone with credible information to call 1-800-TBI-FIND. WVLT Channel 8 News is the source for this information. As I brought you content the other day pertaining to Summer Wells and information from the TBI agent, Miss Earnhardt and Mr. Wells, please do not call their number for foolishness, psychic readings, hearings, your dreams. Call them only if you know where she is, where she can be found, anyone you know that has aided her disappearance, or worst case scenario, sightings of her legitimately. Those are the only time they want you to call them. It's if you have real information. Because what you people don't seem to understand, 750 plus tips have led to nothing pertaining to finding this child. So calling them with your frivolous, petty tips, yeah, I'm saying it, because you're wasting their time. Rogersville is a small area. They do not have the resources such as Knoxville, Chattanooga, Memphis, Nashville, New York City. So they don't have time to sit and listen at you rumble on about stuff that you don't know nothing about, calling their phone. I'm a little ticked off because I was reading comments, pertaining to this child's disappearance and the people calling and comments on a Newsbreak app, like all these tips and nothing. What are you people doing? Just calling, wasting these people's time? Yeah, that's what some of you have been doing. Goofing off. Hey, this is a real person. It's a child. She's gone. And the only people know where she is are the people who are involved in her disappearance. So please don't waste these people's time playing around on their phone line in the government's phone with silliness, pettiness, because you're bored, you don't have nothing to do but search social media and play around on the phone line. This kid is missing, like so many other kids and adults. And they don't need people calling them who don't know Summer Wells, don't know the family, don't know what the hell is going on in Rogersville. So if you're in Tupelo, Mississippi, Cal City, New York, Ottawa, Canada, wherever the hell you're calling from, London, England, you don't know these people, please don't call that number. Enough. You people do this every case. You keep calling these numbers, wasting these people's time. This is serious. It's time for you all to grow up. Now I'm getting pissed off today because I'm getting ready to go handle some business about this other missing person. You people don't really understand. This is serious. This is not a joke. These are real people. You're sitting at home bored, jacked up lives, and you just want to call these people and play around on their phone. These people, they're tired. These are real people out here looking for a missing person. And it's exhausting. That's what you people don't understand. Real people looking for another real person. Yes, you're wasting resources. They got to pay somebody to answer that phone and possibly to volunteer. So if you're not going to be serious, don't call their phones. So you know enough. Thank you all for joining me. Summer Wells. Woo, Lord, got a lot. I got to try to make it fast because my time is short. Well, I went to TikTok. Shut up. Yep, Queen downloaded the app. Didn't want to. I got a lot to say about that. Here we go. Oh, God, give me strength. Jesus, somebody help me out. Oh, Lord have mercy. I don't know if I'm going or coming. I just wish people would just get their shit together. Damn it, you don't want your kids? Give them to somebody. Enough of this foolishness. I'm just over all of this. And prayers for one of my chat members. Nancy is not well. She's not feeling well. She's having some issues right now. So please pray for Nancy from Oklahoma. That's my girl. And I'm praying for her. So you see, there are people in the world with real problems. Just animated stuff you people be on. There's people out here that's got real problems, such as this problem here. There's a missing child out of Rogersville, Tennessee. I don't even know where to start. I got all these notes. I don't even know where to start. Jesus Christ, I'm going to be late because my notes are just winded. I'm sorry. I apologize. As most of you know, Summer Wells is missing. Caucasian child, girl child out of Rogersville, Tennessee, Eastern Tennessee, Hawkins County, a little over an hour from the Queen. The TikTok video, you all told me about it. I went on and watched it. Facebook, I've yet to venture to. I watched a few posts from some creators from the YT on there, people giving their commentary pertaining to her. Where I have the problem, I'm just going to go and start with the TikTok and just get it over with. Oh, Lord Jesus Christ. I can't get my bearings together. I feel like I'm loopy today. The TikTok video, 6:15, is dated at the corner of the video by Candace Wells, at Candace Wells. At the left-hand corner at the bottom of the screen does show the date of the video. A video Candace Wells uploaded to this social network. Where I have the problem with this video of the child and the 15-year-old boy playing in the water. You said you went there to wait on your mother's prescription at Walgreens, Miss Wells. Where I have the problem with the video is that if you went there by accident just to wait on the medicine for your mother, how did you all dry off? I'll wait. How did you all dry off? That's what I'd like to know. Because if this is a accidental, let's stop by Warriors Water Park, whatever you want to call it. No disrespect to any of you in the area, so calm down. How did you dry off? We also see a video of the child lying in the back seat of the car. I did a live the other night that most people were very adamant about what they thought was going on in that video. Remember that we have no information pertaining to the whereabouts of the child. We have no information that the child is deceased, nor do we have any suspect's name, nor do we have anything pertaining to anybody that has harmed Summer Wells. Know that the parents are currently cooperating with law enforcement before I go into my commentary. So once again, people saw the video that was allegedly accidentally filmed via he said, she said. I don't know. I didn't hear it from Candace's mouth, so I can't say. This is stuff that was mentioned in my chat. So don't put Angela's name on nothing, because I don't know nothing about none of this stuff. Allegedly, okay, she's in this. Oh, Jesus Christ. I can't do this. She's in the back seat. Very odd. She has on a jacket. The reason why I'm now saying about going to the park is because I watched it for myself. It has a timestamp in the corner. So now I can verify with my own eyes that you went there on the 15th, allegedly before picking up the medicine. How did you dry off? How did you all dry off from there? You mean to tell me you had towels in your car, your automobile? I'll wait. I doubt that. I just feel like this was a deliberate place to go. People just don't accidentally go to watering holes, swimming pools, jacuzzis. You plan it usually. That's a public place. So I just refuse. You just was waiting on it and said, well, it's right across the street. We're just going to go run over there. So you didn't have, so how did you dry off? Jesus, come on. It's insane to me. The video pics of the child in the back seat. Some of you believe the child is deceased. Her hands do look kind of stiff, but that could be just the way she was. I don't know. But what I have to ask myself is, was Summer Wells cold? So let's say you filmed this after the watering hole, after coming from Walgreens, after coming from the grocery store, because she's lying on cold milk inside of an automobile, which many people thought that was odd. Few, which is however. but she has a jacket on. So that leads me to believe after you left the watering hole, you put her in a jacket, or she put herself in a jacket. So she put herself in a jacket, fell asleep on 2 gallons of milk. Help me understand. Please, y'all. Oh, let's see. Steph. Don't start bothering me on the phone. I'm confused. Was Summer Wells cold? Did she dress herself in that jacket, or Candace, you put her in that jacket? Very odd situation. During these TikTok posting, Candace, you keep playing this redneck Life for Us song, which is a mimic to Hard Knock Life song. It's something about that song bothers me. Not the redneck wording. It's just something about the song in general. And I'm trying to understand, did you post that song right when you posted the video, or you put it in afterwards? It's just, I don't know. I don't like it. And what I think is interesting is that you're playing this redneck song, but yet one of you's missing. This shit is sick to me, and it's stomach turning. Watching the TikTok video is stomach turning to me, sickening to me, vile to me. And I think it's vile for the obvious reason. Summer Wells is missing. And she was in that video on the 15th of the month, June, swimming, having a good time, being a child alongside another 15-year-old boy. Why is this boy in this video? Why was he with you, Candace? If I'm to believe there were no other children but he, Summer, your mother, and yourself, why is he in the company of a grown-ass woman and her 6-year-old child and her elderly mother, middle-aged mother, whichever? I don't know how mama is. Don't really care. Why is a 15-year-old boy with you? Why is he not hanging at the house with your kids? And if I'm to believe that you got a preteen, which I hope is at least 13, 14, that would be the appropriate age for your son to be hanging with him. So I'm going to ask you, why is a 15-year-old in your presence without being around other boy children? It's not like you had a 15-year-old daughter and he was her friend and he was riding along with you all for the ride. Why was he with you that day? Then there's posts I've seen on YT of you all talking back and forth on Facebook with one another, which is peculiar. But allegedly you and this woman, his mother, were friends. And I need somebody to drop in the chat. Is the mother of that boy the one who called CPS on Candace Wells? Please put a yes or no in the chat and send me where I can verify her name and her post of the said information before I say what I want to say. I guess nobody heard what I asked. It is very sad and disturbing to watch a person and a child be filmed via social media, pictures, videos before death, especially if indeed the child person was murdered deliberately, accidentally, whichsoever. And it's just as disturbing. They're missing. And you see now last video pics of a said person watching her swing from a tree, a homemade swing, her playing in a quarry, videos of her on the property at her home. It's very disturbing because we now know that this child is missing, allegedly from the 15th of June, 2021. It's very, very scary. I can't confirm it either way. I've been all over this case. Okay. She gave the boy alcohol. I'm not talking about none of that. I need confirmation that the woman who is the mother of the boy is the same person that called DHS. So, Jay Ree, are you saying yes to my question or no? Well, I can't have nobody. I need confirmation before I can give my commentary on what I want to say. I can't say what I want to say unless I have confirmation first. May 31st, video on TikTok. Is a picture, video of Summer swinging on the homemade swing. May 23rd, it's pictures of a video. I keep saying pictures, sorry. Video of Candace and her son cutting the grass on the property. It's almost dark. Nubian said she said in an interview. Okay, thank you, honey. What bothered me about the May 23rd video uploaded to TikTok by Candace Wells is that her son, it was a close-up of her son. His teeth is yellow. First thing I thought was, so he doesn't brush his teeth. So this goes to what I already saw of the child in photographs. Unkempt, dirty looking, running around with no shoes on, feet black. Like I said, how everybody lives is different. How they choose to live is their business. But I'm an outsider. And once you post pictures, videos to social media, you have made it other people's business. So it's not like somebody went looking. Once you post something and you post it publicly, you made it somebody else's business. Whether a child is alive, deceased, missing, it is what it is. Okay. Allie Hunter's mom said it was called. I've listened to the interviews 3 times. Okay. Allie is the mother of the 15-year-old. Okay. Thank you, April. Well, hold on. Yes, it is the boy's mother. Esther, his mother's name is Allie, or Allie is his grandma. Oh, God. Here we go. Jesus help me. Anyway, I'm not going to argue about this. Like I said, May 31st, posted TikTok, Summer swinging in a swing. 23rd, she's cutting the grass with her son. No brassiere, son's teeth yellow. The property looks horrible. May 17th, post to TikTok. Stuff's everywhere, straw back, stuff leaning up against the wall of the house. Just the property looks a mess. In this TikTok video posted May 17th, pictures we've seen from the news, the property is a mess. And you are raising your children here. Boarded up windows. Your child who is missing, looking unkempt in photographs, videos. Your son, teeth yellow, which leads me to believe he doesn't brush his teeth. I'm saying this to show you all. This lady and her husband have not been taking care of their children. It's disturbing to me. And it's sickening. There is also video that was posted from someone's YT channel under this Candace Wells name. You can see that all her hair is shaved in the back, Summer Wells, and then there's hair on top. So obviously, Mr. Wells, you want me to believe she shaved all of that herself? She did half-ass job for a child. No, one of you shaved that, and then you left some hair on top. I refuse to believe she shaved all that in the back like that. And I couldn't get a good view because she was running around in the video. But nonetheless, I refuse to believe Summer at 5 shaved all that off and left some of that hair at the top. One of you did that. And then you went on and shaved the rest of it off. Because she would have been balded up. And it may be some bald spots. Like I said, I can't really tell because it's not a still picture of the back of her head. It's just her moving in motion. But I can see that it's shaved in the back and some hairs on top. So it's jacked up nonetheless. And it's not a pretty look for a little girl. Thin hair or thick hair. Yes, they've been mistreating their kids. There's a video of you all doing a news interview where Candace is not speaking. She looks like she's just out of sorts, possibly mourning or missing her child. And I find it interesting how bad she looked in that TV interview. She's not speaking. They also show baskets of plants. So perhaps they had been planting flowers, you guys. I saw that on TikTok today. Bunch of plants in a big bucket, little buckets. So somebody's been planting flowers. This is my information from TikTok. If you need verification for the information I just brought you. Hold on. Oh, man. Wait a minute. I just saw that. Hold on. Wait a minute. Damn it. This is where I just was. I just saw a picture of her hair. Let me go back. I guess they got more videos. I didn't really go through all of it, I guess. A few videos that I saw. Hold on. I got to go back. I'm trying to find the one of her hair. Because it did show her walking by. Thank you all for joining me. Then there's a post here that says, first time outside since I blew out my hip. Yeah, I guess. I don't know. Trying to find the one of her hair. It's very weird to me. Okay, I was somewhere here watching it. Thank you all for joining me. Welcome to Everyday Shenanigans. Damn. It's wacky weird. I'm gonna play this interview from the father.
All respect and love. We thank you for everything, God. Just pray that you'll please forgive us our sins and help us carry on and let us all give our lives to you, God, in every way. Let me carry my cross from here on out, Lord. We thank you, God, for everything. In the name of Jesus Christ, please watch over Summer. She's been the light of my life for 5 years. I thank you for that, God. In the name of Jesus Christ, we thank you, Father. Amen.
Pictures of her when she was really pretty. I have to make sure I can't play any music in the background because of YouTube copyrights. Hold on. I'm just trying to sketch this picture of her where she's running, playing. I see pictures of dogs and her with her hair shaved. A lot of dogs, like somebody said. Just stray dogs. Concrete blocks on the ground. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Jesus Christ, in one picture. Just a bunch of animals. Mitch Mac shoes on, child. Or the adult, somebody. Who has on Mitch Mac shoes? Lord have mercy. She's in that one picture, no shoes on. This is the post from 5/13. One of the children are sitting there. Mismatched shoes on, pajamas. Or the mother is. Somebody's on. Oh, Lord have mercy. Let me see. Then there's the picture of her out there in a dress with her hair shaved. Walking around barefoot with cut up concrete out here. Barbells. A red tin drum. This slab of concrete is dangerous. It's broke up. She could cut her feet. She's out here in the water, dancing around in her dress. I don't understand what's going on. I'm trying to get this, find this one photo of her. Where she's the hair. Son in one video, 5'2", playing with all the puppies outside. Just dogs everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 puppies. Very, very strange living. But like I said, everybody does not live the same. Pictures of her at the quarry with the water coming down the rocks, 5'5". She doesn't look dressed decent for a young girl. The top is too big. Looks like possibly pajama pants. So they went to this water thing often, I believe. Pretty little girl. Very pretty little girl. Everybody's head shaved in these pictures, 6'11". So you can't tell a girl from a boy in these photographs. And whether she wants to be a tomboy or not, doesn't matter. It's how it looks. I'm going to get in my commentary. Because this is disturbing to me. Yeah, the kids need to be removed, yes. The father's interview. When he said somebody ran down from their house with her. Well, first they had to be able to get up there. And then when you see the pictures of the house, the property, Google area views, news interviews of the house, nobody ran up there. I doubt that. Nobody drove up there. So, my opinion, I don't believe anybody drove up there, Mr. Wells, and got your child. Nobody drove down, ran down with her, the hill with her. Because as I state, how would somebody even know she was up there? How would I know a little girl is up there? Let's say it's a pedophile, sicko, fancying little girls. How does he know your little girl or a girl is up there in that house? He would only know that if he's been to your house. He's been in your peripheral. He's been in your company. There's no way a stranger would know that. And as I said, most of you heard the mom saying she believed the child was taken and or lured. But you know how I am. Nobody went up there. I doubt that. That's my opinion. This is a commentary channel. I give my commentary. I don't believe she was lured from the property. Just because of the way the property is made, how the property sits off from the road. You'd have to know who's up there at that house. And most people that live in those areas, people know the game of the life of rural America and East Tennessee. You don't venture on the property that you don't know anything about the people. Just because this area is predominantly white. Speaking facts, not innuendos, not my opinion, but it is facts. This area is predominantly white. All of this East Tennessee is white, folks. Tall, fat, short, rich, middle class, working class, however you want to group them, it is white. And it's rural. So nobody's just wandering around out there. Run up the road. For what? Unless they know you. Or they're lost. But believe me, they wouldn't be lost walking around and park their car and be scavenging to pick up a child on your property with people home. Just saying. When you listen to the interview, Miss Candace, when she's trying to describe the street name, I don't know if it's just she's illiterate or she was under the influence when she couldn't pronounce the name of the street where the Walgreens pharmacy is. I thought it was very strange. Most people who live in their town or city, if you live there most of your life, you know how to pronounce the words of the streets where you live. You know, I just found that very odd to me. So I thought perhaps she was under the influence of drugs. So my thing is it drugs, illiterate, or both? I'm just asking. And as I state, I don't believe anyone just came onto that property. What will the cell phone towers reveal? Someone made a comment about arguing, bickering back and forth on social media about he had a phone in his lap. So he couldn't have made a post or a call or something you all were talking about on social media. Honey, stay woke. Cell phone doesn't mean anything. Even if the police takes your phone for inquiry, you can go buy another phone. So it doesn't matter if you think somebody posted something, said something, called somebody, whatever the hell they were bickering about. See, that's why I don't like going to social media. Because if you don't know what the people are talking about, now you got to go try to investigate what the hell a bunch of strange people are bickering about in some damn Facebook chat. And like I tell people, I ain't lost nothing on Facebook, TikTok, or nowhere. But in the end, no matter what, in an investigation, yes, all cell phone devices will be seized, but you can go buy you another device for the meanwhile. So if the police takes my phone, FBI, TBI, I can just go buy me another phone. Stay woke. Was he actually out of town, Mr. Wells? Because as I stated, if he does not work for a legitimate company where he goes in and clocks in, we do not know for sure if he was out of the area of Rogersville, Tennessee. And as I state, strange. Father's doing all the talking, but allegedly he wasn't there. Mr. Wells, why were you the one to make the phone call to 911 at 6:30 p.m.? Because we now know that you all allegedly, your wife and whomever, were looking for the little girl for several hours. Well, this is rural America, so why would I be looking for my child for a couple of hours in East Tennessee in the mountains, knowing once you're lost, I can't see you. I can't see you. So why would I waste my time looking around? I need to call 911. Hey, I need help finding my kid. I can't find my kid. Hey, this is vast land. Too much land to try to look around and duck around to see where my child is, where my child could have wandered off, whichsoever. So I'm going to say this one more time. Candace Wells, why did you wait hours before calling law enforcement about your child missing? 2, Mr. Wells, why are you the mouthpiece for this story? You were not there allegedly. You were out of town allegedly. So I'm going to ask you, where were you exactly out of town? Were you in Johnson City? Were you in Bristol, Virginia, Bristol, Tennessee? Were you in Kingsport? Were you in where? Oh, y'all should know Queen knows all about them parts. So where were you? Knoxville? Clinton? Lenore City? Were you in Kentucky? Did you cross over to North Carolina? Asheville, North Carolina? Were you in Gatlinburg, Sevierville, Pigeon Forge? Come on. Queen woke. Where were you, Mr. Wells? What was your locale at the time that you made the phone call to law enforcement? Because what's going to be the jacked up part of this story, which we already know, TBI is not going to reveal everything. Ms. Earnhardt let us know that in her interviews to the public, to the news. We ain't going to tell you everything. We don't got to tell you about lie detector tests, who took them, didn't take them, who passed. Which, I made an opinion saying I thought that they would let us know who took one. But as you see in the Cal City situation, Chief Walker let us know that, yeah, we offered, but he didn't give you the response, nor did he identify who they offered the test to. So I'm going to say this. Mr. Wells, I hope for your sake and Mama's sake, that you were nowhere near Rogersville when you made the phone call to law enforcement. Because what I find baffling about that, well, probably not. It doesn't look right. You see, everything's about how things look. And yes, these two are cooperating with the police. But in the end, we are humans and we judge people, and that's just the way it is. And this is a commentary channel. I'm going to keep saying that. I'm giving my commentary. Why would you be the one calling? Why are you the one calling law enforcement to say your child is missing, but you are nowhere near Rogersville, Tennessee? So that looks suspicious to the eye of the public. Why would it not? I think it looks suspicious to the eye of law enforcement, TBI. Because I want the person who's with the child to call. So we're going to start in the beginning. Why is this woman having a child of 15 years of age, a boy child, hanging with she and a 6-year-old at a water park that she allegedly just dropped into while waiting on medicine? So after they leave the watering hole, they go get the medicine allegedly, and then I guess they also went and got some milk and then dropped the boy child off and went home. She was asked in the interview, who all went home with you? She said nobody. So now we got to say, so what? You went home, took your child home, but allegedly the child was asleep in that video. So when did the child wake up? I tell y'all, stay woke. Queen don't miss nothing. Y'all wanted to bring it to the queen. Well, I'm going to give it back to you. So when did the child wake up? Then there's a video or post of the same day that shows the arm of a little girl that is believed to be Summer. So this is at 6:06 p.m. So you know the queen gonna go there. Stay woke now. Stay woke. At 6:06, a post is made. Allegedly, Summer's in that picture. There's a picture of her son in there. Winter clothes on, which is odd to me because it's hot as hell here in Tennessee. So that means your child died in 13 minutes or less. Like, share, subscribe. Everyday Shenanigans. Thank you. All super chats are welcome during the live. (6:06), 6:15, 2021. You post a picture. Your children are in a kitchen area. There's an arm believing to be Summer in the photograph. So if I'm to believe that this is the date, a real time stamp, because as I told you all, posting pictures does not mean that picture was taken that day. Stay woke. So if we are to believe that you actually took that picture on that day at that time, then that means your child died less than 15 minutes from the time that picture was taken. And your husband called, who's allegedly in another part of the universe, at 6:30 to the dispatch. So 6:06 to 6:30, do the math. 20-something minutes, excuse me. Excuse my language. I don't know why I said 13 minutes. 6:06, 6:30. 24 minutes. A child died less than 24 minutes. Excuse my discrepancy. What happened after 6:06? Because you all don't really have proof that picture was taken that day. And that's the thing I keep trying to tell you about social media. The only time you have a time stamp or something is if it is live, such as this live stream right now. But I can take a picture yesterday and don't upload it till Friday. Stay woke. And when you see the picture, you assume I just took that picture. That don't mean I just took that picture. That's the time I posted the picture, not when I took it. So if this is an elaborate plan to allude to make an illusion about what's happened on the 15th, perhaps what you have been watching and seeing on TikTok and Facebook is an orchestrated plan to deceive law enforcement, TBI, and the general public. Asking questions about a child's hand is suspicious. Why do you care about her hand if she's asleep? That made no sense, Candace Wells. In that alleged accidental video, you speaking to allegedly your mother in the front seat of the car, and somebody's filming the back seat with a child lying against cold milk gallons. What is the truth pertaining to the TikTok video of the 15th? Picture posted on at 6:06 p.m. same day. What happened on 6/15/2021 pertaining to Summer Wells? You don't know what's the truth. And like I said in my live, how shocking it would be if that lady was have to reach inside that car and open that car door and touched a hard corpse in the back seat of that SUV. All hell would have broke loose on that mountain. Shut your mouth. Everything's up for speculation. You're entitled to believe what you want to believe. I don't know if the child was drowned, if she drowned, if she was forcibly murdered in water, hit, beat, suffocated. I don't know. Could be alive. We're hoping she's alive, but I don't know. Some of you just out of the blue just thought this child's deceased in the backseat of this car because her hands look weird. The pictures that were brought forth the other night by someone on another content, the hands are positioned differently in each picture. So perhaps the child moved. So one could say she moved and you caught another glimpse of another photo of her hand moving. So that would lead us to believe she was alive in the backseat of that automobile. I need verification of this lady who is the mother of the young boy, because I'm going to say this hypothetically. Hypothetically, Miss Lady, if you are the friend who told CPS of abuse going on at that house, and I saw Facebook posts off some network that the child was allegedly beat, kicked, or whatever was going on with her, locked in the basement, hot basement, you've been in the basement. I don't know if you are that same person that's the mother of the son. So I'm going to say this hypothetically. Miss Lady, if you are the one who called CPS, had knowledge of a CPS call, had knowledge of abuse, had knowledge of a child locked in the basement, had knowledge of her hitting her child, kicking the child, whoever you are, and whoever the other person is, I don't even know if we're talking about one person or two people. If you knew of any abuse pertaining to Summer Wells, you just as grimy too. And the reason why I say this, if this is true, that you have knowledge, had knowledge thereof before the child's disappearance, and you let this heifer take your son anywhere, you crazy too. And one would have to ask themselves, what is your motive for being a walkie-talkie on YouTube? Yeah, I'm going to say that. Facebook too. Because you see, I'm trying to get verification of who's doing all this talking. Who are you to Candace Wells? Are you a friend or are you a foe? Because I'm not going to let my child go hang, first of all, with no grown-ass woman, period. Maybe a girl child, but not a boy child. A 15-year-old boy doesn't have any reason to be hanging with a 30-something plus woman under no circumstances. She ain't a godmama. She ain't an auntie. So why would your child be hanging with a woman with no other boys around? Does your son normally hang with her boy children? That's question 2. That's a good question. So she picked them up under the, you let her come get your child, or you took your child to her house? Did she tell you he would be hanging with her boy children or no? Allegedly, the children were left behind, the boy children, to clean the house because of a CPS visit. I don't know if that's truth or not, but it really doesn't matter about that because that's hearsay. The point is, the boy children had no business being left behind, period. Now, yes, people can trust their 13-year-olds, 10-year-olds to be alone. Some people won't leave a 10-year-old, 13 home alone, depending on what type of child you have. I know people right now won't even leave a 15-year-old alone, which I find that very weird. If you can't trust a 15-year-old, you're in trouble. I can't see watching a 15-year-old from the time they get up to the time they go to bed. You can't trust your 15-year-old child to be alone while you go to the doctor or the grocery store. You've got some serious problems. So I'm going to say it again. The lady who is the mother of the boy, who has allegedly been now sent off to the father, allegedly, up north, East Coast, allegedly. Did you have knowledge that Candace abused her child? The father abused the child. They abused their children. Because you see, if you've had knowledge before the disappearance of Summer Wells on the 15th of June, you are just as vile yourself, because there's no way in hell I would let my son go in the company of a woman who abuses her children. So I need to know and have verification of the person who put the Facebook post up saying you watch Candace hit and kick Summer Wells. Stay woke. Does the friend have ulterior motives? Why did you send your child to the father? What is really going on? Why would you send your boy child off? Because of what? The Facebook talk, social media gossip? As I state, the 606 post of this child in the kitchen with her brothers. The house is nasty. The kitchen is nasty. So these children were raised in an unclean environment. Rumors have come out pertaining to Mr. Wells' niece testifying that he didn't take care of his children, his older children. So we have to say to ourselves that Mr. Wells is a nasty booger. He has an extensive criminal history. And allegedly, rumors are circulating that he abused one of his relatives sexually. So you are allegedly a pedophile, a robber, a drunk, a beater, and a filthy booger. So then you meet this lady, younger than you, Candace, Bly, whatever name she wants to go by, or whoever. And she's nasty too. So we have two nasty people procreating, so their children can also grow up to be nasty. But is it their fault? Because this is how they're taught to live. And your children are walking around wearing odd clothing, the odd seasons, winter clothes in the summer. The daughter walking around with a t-shirt too big, pants look like pajama breeches, I'm assuming, in a public place near a quarry by a fence. Head shaved. You want me to believe she shaved off her own hair because she wanted to look like her brothers? And then you switched up that in an interview. First, she wanted to look like her brothers and you. Then the husband jumps in and say, well, she shaved her head and it looked bad, so then we had to shave it all off. Well, which is it? Summer wanted to look like her mother and brothers, or Summer decided to shave her head because she wanted to look like her brothers, and then you all finished it all off. I'm confused as well. If the father was not out of town, what happened? Did he do something to Summer Wells? Was he actually out of town, out of Rogersville general area? Where did he go to work? Who does he work for? Does he work for a legitimate company where he clocks into a job? Where was Mr. Wells? Hold on a second. Got a message from one of the fans. Oh, Lordy. Thank you, dear. It's not doing anything. Yeah, I'm looking at it now. It's not doing anything. It's just a picture of her when she was a baby. It's not moving. I don't know what's going on with the picture. As I state, was Mr. Wells in Rogersville? Did he harm the child? Who harmed the child? Who has the child? Is the child still alive? Is the child deceased? And excuse me for saying 13, 14 minutes. I think I was thinking about 6:20. Allegedly 6:30 is the time that a call went in to dispatch from Mr. Wells pertaining to the disappearance of the child. We later found out that the child had been missing for several hours before a call was made to dispatch. We also found out that the mother initially told dispatch she took a walk, but then in a news interview, she contradicts herself by saying she doesn't like walking because she's scared of snakes, bears, and coyotes and such animals. So, Candace Wells, what the hell are you talking about? You've been lying to law enforcement, and I think they know this, and it's only a matter of time before somebody's going to start telling us that you have not been truthful. You may be cooperating, you and Mr. Wells, but you've not been truthful. Thank you, Nubian, for the super chat. Amen. Something is off with your story, because as I've told people who are not familiar with East Tennessee, we don't have sidewalks here. There are very few sidewalks in the general area in most towns in Tennessee, this area anyway. I'm going to speak for East Tennessee, where I live. Rural America, they don't have sidewalks. It is just the road, the line in the middle of the road, and the drop-off. And the drop-off could be a little ways off. It could be steep, several feet down. It could be anything. But there are no sidewalks in the rural parts of East Tennessee and other parts of Tennessee. We just don't have sidewalks. There's places in Knoxville that need sidewalks, and that's the city, and they don't have sidewalks because they never built them. I said I got it. It's not doing anything. It's just a picture of her and a little girl. And it looks like a baby. It doesn't look like a 5-year-old. So I don't know what I'm looking at. I can't watch it and do the live at the same time. It's a 2-hour video. Thank you for sending it, but I can't look at it and do my live at the same time. It's like I can't even blow up the picture that's on here. Yeah, I see that, sweetheart, but I'm saying I can't play the content on my live. I'm not playing somebody else's content on the live. I'm trying to look at the photographs, but I can't blow it up. So that's what I'm saying is the problem. I'd have to look at it when I'm not live. Thank you. I got so much to say. I don't even know where to go. Oh God, come on now. You all act like I'm not live. Jesus Christ. Thank you all for joining me. Thank you, Crystal, for joining me. If you need verification for the information I brought you, you can go to TikTok yourself to see the said information. The children playing in a water park. This is a very baffling story to me. As I state, I'm trying to bring you all the said information. If we're to believe the 606 post of the child in the photograph in the kitchen, in a very unkempt kitchen, that means the child died less than, as I state, 20-something minutes. So what is the timeline from posting at the water park, at the quarry, to 6:30? Because you don't really have a timeline of what happened on 6:15, and that's what many of you don't seem to understand, that posting pictures to Facebook doesn't prove anything, because if it's not a live video, you don't know if that's the actual date that something happened. It's just a strange scenario. This woman, her child, the grandmother, and a 15-year-old boy are going out for the day to do anything. Doesn't really matter what it is. Pharmacy, grocery store, water park, quarry. It's all the same. Why is this child with her? And as I state, she lets it be known that when she came back to her house, there was nobody but she, the child, and the grandmother. So what happened with the child? Did you wake the child up, take her inside? Did you carry her inside, sleep? What happened? Just find it odd. This whole story, the prescription story, quarry story. And as I tell you all, you don't know the timeline, so you have no idea what's really happened. Allegedly, you told people that you were at the park in the water, but it shows you filming the children only in the water. And the boy is in the water, so he didn't stand by on the sidelines watching the child play. And you asking about the child's hand in the backseat of that said accidental video. That is very suspicious as well. And as I keep telling you all, pics posted don't verify a timeline of anything. Some people think perhaps you were trying to orchestrate a timeline with filming in the back seat, but then now it said it's accidental. So what is the truth? I don't know. In the 606 post, once again, I'm going to keep going there. Don't know if that's an actual time of the child being last seen alive at 606 in that photograph, because you don't know if that was actually on the 15th. I am bothered by the post of whomever saying that you kicked and hit your child. Locked her in a basement from the inside and the outside. There were locks on the door. So what I have to ask myself, if you are the same person that is the mother of the child, if this is you, why would you let your child hang with her? Why would you be friends with her? Why wouldn't you go to CPS or make an anonymous call to them directly to tell them that she's been abusing her child and children? And to say that the basement was hot, I need to know who this person is, because I do not want to say this is that H's mother. This is just from a post I saw on social media pertaining to someone making comments that the child was abused. You said she is a hyper child. She likes a lot of attention. She's sensitive. And as I told you all, when telephones, devices are confiscated by law enforcement, you can also go buy you another phone or device until your devices are returned after they have been investigated. Miss Wells, you said you took a walk initially. You didn't think we were going to find out about that call to the dispatch. Well, where did you go when you took a walk? Because you have an SUV. So why would you be walking on the road? As I've told many people in the chat in America now, they don't have sidewalks in the country. So where did you go? How long were you gone? So when you came back from your walk, is that when you planted flowers near the camper? Is this when you walked your child into the house with the kids and she got gone? Which is it? Or you planted the flowers first and then took a walk and came back and found out she was gone? Please explain the order of the events because I'm confused. It's going to probably take at least 4 minutes to go up and down the drive alone. Stay woke, everybody. Stay woke. Amazing. You couldn't talk to the news or anybody about your child or what's going on with her, but you can post to TikTok like some people do that's involved in these crimes. They love Facebook. Can't talk to the news, can't talk to radio, but you can talk to TikTok. Post stuff. Why? Who is TikTok? Who is Facebook? That's what I'm trying to figure out. And the contradictions about shaving the child's hair. People are talking about that. You and your husband talking interchangeably during the news interview. You saying she wanted to look like you in the sun because you all shaved your heads. But then the father's basically saying, well, she shaved it. It looked bad, so we had to shave it all off. And as I said, why would a child have access to scissors in the first place? Or clippers? She has no business having access to any of that. Any of those items. She could hurt herself, cut her fingers off, graze her fingers. With the clippers, she's a small child. She has no business cutting her hair. In the video I saw on TikTok, she looks a mess. Her hair. What is going on with you people? And as I've told people, a lot of people live in rural Tennessee and America. They don't live like how you all live. There are some beautiful places in America. You don't have to go out the country to see beauty. East Tennessee is one of those places. People come here from all over the world to work, go to school, and to live, retire. This is a retirement area, East Tennessee. People come here from abroad. They come here from Europe. They come here from the East Coast. They come here from California. They come here from Florida because of the weather is nicer. They come here because it's cheaper living. People come here to retire from up north, Chicago, Detroit, Philadelphia. They come here to retire. So everybody does not live how these people live. So let me make that clear. Everybody don't live like that. What you saw on top of that hill, that is not everybody in East Tennessee. Or Tennessee for that matter. Or the dirty South for that matter. That's just some white folks that don't care about themselves. And I'm sure there are other races in America that live just the same. So let me make that clear in this live stream. That's not typical Tennessee. Yes, there are poor people that live here because this is a poor region, East Tennessee. But everybody who is working class, poor, do not live like that. That is a choice. To have broke down trucks, cars, automobiles on your property, things thrown about, house dilapidated, that's a choice. You don't have to live like that. And how you raise your children is your choice. How you carry yourself is a choice. How you dress is a choice. And if you can drive that nice SUV, Miss Wells, you can clean up your kids. You can make your kids comb their hair, brush their hair, wash their damn clothes with detergent. Because you want me to believe what? The truck is paid for, you make a car note. Well, take the same energy when you run to the damn dealer to pay the car note, to buy laundry detergent and cleaning supplies to clean your damn house and keep your kids clean. Yeah, I'm saying it because it's despicable. Pictures of those kids and videos are sickening. Baby outside playing in the damn rain, jumping up and down on concrete, broke up concrete with no shoes on. Could cut her feet. Same kid missing too. And like somebody said, ding, 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 ding. Why is Summer missing? You left a bunch of children alone. Come on with it. I want to thank the person who said it. You left 3 kids at least at home alone. So if we've got some creepy crawly phantom running around Rogersville looking to steal babies, why the hell he didn't take your other damn kids? Stay woke. That white woman ain't fooling nobody. Not here, not in Rogersville, not TBI, not Hawkins County Sheriff. Ain't nobody crazy. See, I keep telling you all, everything you need to know is at the beginning of the story. It's going to always be at the beginning of the story. What is said, what is not said. Who's the mouthpiece? Who ain't talking? You see, that's where you messed yourself up with this story of Summer Wells. You left your children behind in the house, allegedly, to fend for themselves in the middle of nowhere. And some phantom came on that same property and chose the girl child besides the boy children. With you and your mama there. Stay woke. Because I'm woke. And that's why TBI issued a statement that it is out of the norm, this storyline, this case. And that woman didn't have to say nothing else because she told the story when she said that. You see, what I think is disturbing is that TBI has to come back to East Tennessee searching for another missing white baby doll with blue eyes and blonde hair. They was just here a year ago for Evelyn Boswell. And now they're back a year and a few months later searching for Summer Wells. So, you see, this is a game. I'm going to call this the East Tennessee Shuffle. TBI. Missing children. Because you see, we have a lot of copycats in the world. And if you watch true crime, you will see the symbolisms in the crimes. They mirror one another. So, Evelyn Boswell goes missing, a itty bitty spider, blonde hair, blue eyes. Now, we've got another 5-year-old, blonde hair, blue eyes. Stay woke, because I'm woke. I stays woke, even when I'm asleep. Shut up, Queen. Everybody runs their social networks different. And I'm going to say it because it might need to be said. I'm a commentary channel. No fluff, no frills, no videos, no nothing. I ain't got that kind of time. Don't mean to hurt your feelings. I'll let you hear the audio. I will show you a picture from my other device. But I know that most of you stay on social media, so you can gladly go to any other channel and get the 411 with pictures, videos. I don't have that kind of time. And I didn't start my channel to do that. It was just a sit in front of the camera and talk to you. Give you my 411 and read you information. But there are other networks that don't read you nothing. They just say, hey, a building fell down in Florida. 5 died. That's the end of the video. Queen, don't work like that. I read you the context. And even though it's daunting and tiresome when the articles are winded because it takes up my time, but I bring you that source because it's going to always be somebody who's going to argue the source, bicker about the source. So I always say, really doesn't matter if I read it or not. Somebody going to have a problem. So that's just how some of you get down. But I bring it to you anyway because I don't show you videos on my network. I don't show you things on the computer. Although I have one now, I could do it, but I don't. Because it would take up more time and I won't have the time to do other things that I'm trying to do. But nonetheless, this is a commentary channel and I bring my opinion about said storylines, breaking news in America and abroad. And that's all I do here. And I always bring a source of information. There's something baffling and disturbing with this case. And you're entitled to believe what you want to believe. You're entitled to believe that the child is alive. You can believe that she's deceased. You can believe that it's human trafficking. Once again, you can believe that the child was sold, bartered. You're entitled to your opinion. But know that it is just your opinion. And we don't know what happened to Summer Wells. We do not know who's involved. We can assume who's involved. But as law enforcement says it doesn't matter because it's irrelevant. We only deal in facts. And of course he says that because he is law enforcement. But we, on the other side, are the human beings of the world, and we judge. We speculate. We assume. We give a narrative what we think happened. Because we're of the flesh, and we're human beings. The lies. Candace Bly Wells. You lied and said you took a walk, but I don't think you took a walk. Because you already let it be known in the interview that you were afraid of animals. And that was your first mistake when you let that be known in the dispatch that you took a walk, and then you contradicted yourself and spun the story of planting flowers. You telling the world that you're sorry how we feel about things you said. You tore up about your children, your child being missing. Yet allegedly you abused your child. And you have subjected your child, Summer, and her siblings to an unclean and unsafe environment, which says otherwise, for your love for your children. And Mr. Wells, you have been accused of neglecting and abusing your older children. So I say to you and Miss Wells that you do not love your children. And you, sir, if you abused your children and allegedly sexually assaulted your relative, you are a dirty person, nasty, vile person, who then got with a younger woman and made children to only subject them to the same conditions of how you lived before. So then you met a woman who also had the same mindset as yourself. And then we have to wonder if the allegations are true that you abused your niece, have you also assaulted your smaller children sexually? Those are only allegations, and the Queen don't have no proof. Just what is being repeated on the YT. Love. Who are these people who say they love their children? You said you fear that your baby is being locked up in a dungeon, locked up in a basement somewhere. Well, allegation is that's what you did to Summer already. If we are to believe what this person has said on social media. So your fear is what you allegedly already had been doing to Summer Wells. So then if I am to believe you were locking her up in a hot room, then that means you didn't do it to your other children? Is it because she was the problem child? Because, see, the word rambunctious comes to mind. Shut up, Queen. You see, that's what I'm starting to see in all the stories of the missing children. They are the problem child. That's why they're missing. Stay woke. Always do the math of deduction. Now, I don't like math, but I loves money. Stay woke, everybody, because I think you ain't woke. Let me tie it up for you. Cal City, Cash Gurney, Malia Davis. They're all the same, you see, because there are all other children in the fold, but only the one of the two end up missing and dead. Why is that? Because they were the problem children. Tired of you, sick of looking at you. You won't act right. You talk too much. You're all over the place. You're into things. Can't control you. But if I put you down, I can control you. You're messing up my life. You're interfering with my business. I got things I'm trying to do. You in the way. And I got to remove you. Because you're in my way. I ain't got no freedom with you tagging along. Got to feed you, clean you, take you places, take you to the doctor. Look at you, smell you. You remind me of that person I laid with that I don't like me, don't want me. You're a reminder of the mistake I made. I don't need you. I don't want you. I can't stomach you. So you got to go. You see, Summer Wells is Cash Gurney, Cal City boys, so many other missing and deceased children. Thank you, Nubian. Thank you so much. Because you see, the children are a reminder of what a person don't like about themselves, the world, how they've been treated, what they are missing, what they don't need, what they can't stand. That's why they're no longer here. That's why they are sold, bartered, killed, because they are no longer needed, no longer valued, no longer worthy to the participants who brought them here. Take care of them. The sick irony of the story is that a child is missing. We don't have any information to where she is. And to hear her bio donor speak of the missing aunt who is also missing was just as disturbing. Because you see, I always listen at people when they spin the yarn of the mouth and the tongue. I hope she's found. I don't know where she is, my sister. But the thing about when she spoke about the sister, she didn't speak of her in a way that a sister should speak of the sister missing. She spoke of her in her government name. Stay woke. You see, Miss Blythe Wells, whichever name you want to go by, I may call you a heathen, because that's how I feel about you right about now. And that's right, I don't know you. And I know it's unladylike and undignified to talk about another human being that I don't damn know, and they ain't crossed me. But how I feel about you is for what I've seen, how you carry yourself with your children. And that's all I need. I ain't got to know you. You ain't got to be a friend of mine. You ain't even got to be a foe. You see, social media has given us the luxury to judge you and other people. You see, Miss Blythe, when you spoke of your sister, you didn't say, I miss my sister. We're worried about my sister. I hope they find my sister. I love my sister. Stay woke. You just called about her government name like you was a stranger talking about Pookie, Ray Ray, Shamiqua missing from Idaho, New York, Utah. You see where I'm going? So what I have to ask myself is, come on, Queen, bring it home. If you speak of your sister that came out the womb from your mammy, the same womb you slumbered in, if you will speak of her by her government name, that's how the fuck you felt for Summer. That's how you felt for her. Same contempt. Same contempt. My opinion, my commentary. Same contempt. There's no way my brother, sister go missing and I'm going to call them by their government name in an interview. I want to say, I want my brother home. I want my sister home. Where is my sister? Where is my brother? I love you. I miss you. We need you. I don't call you by your government name. So you see, if you the same person that will call your own blood by her government name during an interview on her disappearance, there's no way in my right mind that I cannot think that you are possibly involved in the disappearance of Summer Wells, the child you carried and brought here. Because the same contempt you probably felt for your sister, you relayed that in that interview, and you didn't even have to say anything. You told me the story, how you felt about Summer Wells. You see, everything is in your wording. That's why they tell you to think before you speak. Because you see, sometimes you can't take it back. And even if you try to take it back, it's too late. You've already put it out there. And of course, people have made commentary pertaining to the father using past tense. You have too, Miss Wells. And as I've told people in the chat, sometimes it's easy to use past tense. It doesn't mean that you're involved in the disappearance of the child, you did anything to the child, but it's how it looks. It's how it looks. How it sounds. Summer Wells, I pray that you are alive. I pray you never see Rogersville, Tennessee again. Ever. I pray same for those children left behind. But I tell you something that's interesting. She still has custody of the boys. So, we have to ask ourselves that. Because in the Cal City situation, 2 itty-bitty spiders are missing. And their siblings got taken from the parents. But that's the call of California law. And maybe the law there ain't the same as the law here. But law saw something, CPS saw something and took those remaining 4 children out of the custody of Jacqueline and Giselle West. And they ain't got those kids back. So what we have to ask ourselves, because you see, there's so much to a story to chop up, it's endless. Why did CPS not intervene in this situation? Because from photographs we see the property's unkempt. 9 times out of 10, the house is nasty, dirty. We've seen that in photos. Why did CPS leave those said children in this environment? Because law enforcement had to see how they was living when they went there to investigate the disappearance of the child. So what did they see in the house? And why are those same children, boy children, left with the Wells? What is the truth pertaining to the disappearance of Summer Wells, the vanishing of Summer Wells? Where is she? Who has her? Why is she missing? How about that? Why is Summer Wells missing and her brother still here? Why did this phantom take only the girl child? Why her? Why was she the only victim stolen? Yes, we have to ask all those questions. You see, that's the thing about a story. And as some other person on their network said, gossip is of no relevance. Rumors is of no relevance. Only the facts. But as I state, we're human. So we're going to speculate. And yes, it is wrong to talk about the people in the story. Yes, they are humans. Yes, they got friends, brothers, sisters. The world is small. You don't know who they're related to when you spin a web or a yarn about them and what you heard. This is all true. And this is true. The children will hurt from these videos, these commentaries, these speculations, these narratives. And I guess we aren't really thinking about the other children because they are entitled to a life free of madness. But you see, their parents brought them into the fold of the madness in how they're raising them. And now the disappearance of their sister. And by no means am I trying to make an excuse for what I do up here, but this is what I do. Partially what I do. I speak on what I hear and see. I don't have to, but I do it. And YouTube has afforded me the opportunity to do so. Because in the end, what you believe is entirely up to you. But yes, I do feel sorry for the children. And I understand what someone said on the YT. I don't have to call out their name, who have a network. But I understood their point, saying these people do have other relatives. They do have other family members. So when we talk about them, we're not thinking about how it's going to affect the children left behind and the other relatives who are related to the missing and the people who we are suspecting and accusing of foul play. So I get that. But as I state, I'm a human before I'm anything. Social media is not the place for posting anything, quite frankly. You can lose yourself in your Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter accounts. And many people have lost their way. They talk to this entity as if it is real. TikTok ain't real. Facebook ain't real. Twitter ain't real. YT ain't real. It's just an entity of people watching and speculating and leaving their comments. But in the end, they ain't important. So to spend your every waking day on these boxes is a waste of time. Posting your every move and feeling is a waste of time. You see, you have missed out on life if you have to post everything that you do, everything that you feel, everything that you saw, everything that you think. It's not that important. And frankly, it's unrealistic. And it is a waste of time and it's a waste of life. Because there's too much going on in the world to be on social media all damn day. And I do find it baffling that a person can post to TikTok instead of talking to the news. Because see, you can't say people are hating on you. There are haters out there. People are judging me, my husband, but yet you'll go to the same place where people do the judging. Stay woke. You see, it's a facade. That's why I keep trying to tell you. The people who cry the loudest are the ones who are the orchestrator of the bullshit. Stay woke. They talking about me. They judging me. They all up in my business, but you giving your business to the public. So how the hell you worried about what the hell I'm saying about you when you giving me something to talk about? Stay woke. You see, everybody has been doing it. Don't make me call them out. You in Texas crying about what somebody's saying about you, but you put yourself in that predicament. And yet you steady talking. So how the hell you worried about what somebody's saying about you when you in the mix of giving them the 411? Because you like it. And I'm going to say this to somebody I know personally. You like the bullshit. You like the problems in your life. You like being mistreated. You like being dogged. You like the gossip. You like the trouble Peter, Paul, Dick brings to you because you feed from it. You need it. You live for it. It's your life because you post every day what he did to you. You see, I wouldn't give the enemy the power of knowing I'm down. I feel unworthy. Because the boogeyman already know what he done to you because you keep crying to him. So why you going to let thousands of other people know what the boogeyman has done to you? Stop talking on social media. Stop giving people what they want. Stop feeding into the rhetoric, the hype, the nonsense. Because you are now a part of the enemy. You are now riding with the enemy. You will become the enemy. What is the truth to the disappearance of Summer Wells? Who's involved in the disappearance of Summer Wells? And have we been hoodwinked and bamboozled to believe Summer Wells was abducted from her home on June 15th? I pray that this will not become a cold case. I pray that we will not look up and it'll be fall and we'll still be talking about the disappearance of Summer Wells. And then it will become winter and we will be preparing to gather for the holidays. And there is no Summer Wells. And in the meantime, there will be another Summer Wells and another Summer Wells and another Summer Wells. And there'll still be no Summer Wells. People do move on. Let me say this before I leave this live. And you judge people because you wondered why they're still doing this and that and going here. Please know that there are other children besides Summer Wells. She has brothers who have to continue living. So they cannot stay cooped up because she's missing. And I get that some of you think, well, I wouldn't let my child out, wouldn't let him play, I wouldn't let him do this. Well, if you already think that somebody's complicit, you 9 times out of 10 already know there's no boogeyman out in Rogersville, Tennessee. The boogeyman just may be in the fold of the child rearing. And have mercy if those children are sleeping in the house with the boogeyman. Plural. We have to pray that those parents are not involved in harming and the disappearance of Summer Wells. Because if we are to believe the rumors pertaining to abuse done towards Summer by the mother, allegations of the father being a pedophile, then we have to pray hard and fast for the welfare of the remaining children. And I pray that, as the sheriff has said, we're watching all social media posts. So anything that you all have said via family members, outsider, neighbor, that law enforcement will watch all of those things. And if they see anything amiss and foul with this family, they will go in and handle business. Amen. I want to thank you for joining me. God is good. And I want to thank him for another day above this ground, because somebody didn't wake up today. Somebody's missing today. Somebody is hungry, homeless today. Somebody is sick today. So I want you to pray for Crystal Moore, my mod. I want you to pray for Nancy, who is one of the chat members on my channel. You see, there are people out here who are not well. There are people out here who have left the earth. And there are people out here who are sick and ailing, and they have real people problems. And there are people like Summer Wells who have vanished. And 9 times out of 10, by the hands of another human being. And possibly their own family. So know that the world is filled with evil. And you don't know the hour that the reaper will come and knock on your door. And don't think because you were minding your business, he won't knock. Oh, he will surely knock. And he'll come on in even if you didn't answer or let him in. Prayers for Summer Wells. Prayers for Chadwick Carr, 32, missing, East Tennessee. Prayers for Desheena Kyle, 26, missing from Knoxville, Tennessee. Her prayer vigil is tonight, 6 o'clock, 6 p.m. at Victor Ash Park in Knoxville, Tennessee. Please come out to show your love and support to her family and friends in the community. All are welcome. All are welcome. God is good. Happy 4th of July to all of you. Please watch the children, mind the children. Queen will be back on with another live tonight pertaining to some dirty business, pertaining to an athlete. A gruesome crime took place with this athlete and someone who perpetrated themselves and lied to him, and he killed the person. When I will bring you that same information tonight on my live, I want to thank you all for joining me. I want you to pray for the missing. I want you to pray for those who have been found who were missing. And I want you to pray for those who have never been found, such as Miss Bly, Summer's aunt out of Wisconsin. And I also want you to pray for those who were eventually found and were murdered. Thank my mods. God bless all of you. You all stay safe. I want to thank you for following the content. Please like, share, and subscribe. I rarely say that, but please hit the like button, share, subscribe, be a part of the dream team. And I want to thank God for this blessing of 2 years on YT. 2 years ago this month, uploaded content as Everyday Shenanigans was basically Angela Logan, but Everyday Shenanigans was always in my videos before I knew how to put it in my Google account and change it. But thank you all so much for following the content. Law enforcement in Rogersville, Tennessee, the Sheriff's Department wants you all to know that they are adamantly searching for Summer Wells. They have not given up. They will not give up. They are resuming search, and they will search accordingly as to the information that's brought to them that is pertinent to finding Summer Wells. And I brought you that said information. And I want to thank you all for watching and listening. And if you have any pertinent information, viable information to the disappearance of Summer Wells of Rogersville, Tennessee, please call 1-800-TBI-5 and only call that number if you have information pertaining to this baby's disappearance. Please do not play around with the law enforcement, the first responders, and the people who are out here trying to help find this child. I want to thank those that are on the ground helping look and locate for her, the searchers. I want to thank you because without you, it wouldn't be possible. And I want to thank the people, the responders and searchers in Florida who are now on the ground at Champlain Tower South, going through the rubble. Thank you. Because without you, it wouldn't be possible. And thank those who came from other states to aid in the search in Florida. There's a storm coming. Prayers for Florida. Prayers for all of us because we surely need it. I want to thank you all. God is good. And thank you for listening. I'll see you all later tonight. Please pray for Desheena Kyle, 26, missing. I'm on my way to the vigil tonight, the prayer vigil. Prayers for Chadwick Carr. Chad, we ain't forgot about you. I told you I was going to stick it out to the very end, sweetheart, and I'm going to do that. And I will do the same for Desheena as well. Till the very end, I will keep your name alive on Everyday Shenanigans. And that goes for Cal City. That goes for Cash Gernon. That goes for Camille McKinney. That goes for Summer Wells, Evelyn Boswell. Thank you. It's Everyday Shenanigans.